Hi, this is Nicholas Bell with IONCINEMA, here to review Don't Look Up, the 8th film directed by Adam McKay, which Netflix is releasing December 24th, 2021. So this is, if you're familiar with Adam McKay's filmography, he kind of jumped from slapstick comedies starring Will Ferrell, such as the Anchorman films, Talladega Nights, Step Brothers, into kind of biting political comedy, if you will. And this is kind of maybe part of a trilogy, if taken together with The Big Short and Vice, his Dick Cheney film. It is about a pair of scientists from Michigan University who discover a meteor that is set on a crash course for Earth. It's large, it's between 9-10 kilometers, it's an extinction level event and will make impact in 6 months from its discovery. They contact NASA, the Department of Planetary Defense, which is an actual department, and attempt to speak to the president. The two scientists are played by Jennifer Lawrence, who's a PhD student under Leonardo DiCaprio. The president is played by Meryl Streep, who's very much a caricature of Donald Trump slash Sarah Palin and how she's styled. Of course, her administration doesn't take it seriously until they use it as a ruse to cover up another sex scandal that this president's involved in, etc. Instead of playing like a social satire, however, McKay, who wrote the script, doesn't kind of reach the level of intelligence to be a satire. So instead it plays like a social issue comedy, whereas he's holding up a circus mirror to our current sort of events in a post-Trump era, dealing with the COVID-19 pandemic and how people, eschew science for hysteria, if you will. That said, it never really lands its laughs, and there aren't a lot of jokes. It is well edited, and it has some nice beats, and it has some nice threads, but with an extravagant cast, many of who are styled absolutely ridiculously and distractingly. It just needs to be a lot smarter than it should. This should have been an opportunity for a piece of American cinema to feel like what writers and directors were doing in the 1970s and trying to have a conversation with their contemporary surroundings. This should have the impact or feel, the pun intended, of a network. There are two scenes where both Lawrence and DiCaprio are having an outburst on television, and at least one of those should have had the feeling of, say Peter Finch screaming, "I'm mad as hell, I'm not going to take it anymore," but it doesn't get there. As well as presidential sequences that it's feeling like it's trying to court, Dr. Strangelove surrealism, but it just never gets there, and it's such a pity because most of the cast does feel wasted or really underutilized. Like the very interesting prospect of a TV host being played by Cate Blanchett and Tyler Perry seems just like both of them are kind of wasted. I think Jennifer Lawrence fares quite well considering what she's given to do as a screen presence. Almost anyone else, it's either too serious or too much of a caricature to ever really come together to have any poignancy, which really is required in the finale, or the kind of the comic catharsis that we'd be looking for, because it just feels too much like reality, actually. There are two post-credit sequences, which one of them, especially considering the payoff, having to wait to the very tail end of the credits, it doesn't seem like much of a payoff. Overall, if you're gonna watch this on Netflix, it's enjoyable enough, but I would give Don't Look Up 2.5 out of 5 stars. Thank you.
Hey, this is Eric from IONCINEMA.com. If you want to support us, subscribe below. For more reviews, interviews, film festival coverage from Sundance, Cannes, Toronto, you want to check out these guys on this side.